7 healthiest carbohydrates for older adults, for seniors. I want to talk about carbohydrates. Can we actually live without consuming carbohydrates? If you ask me, the answer is no, especially if you have been raised that way, like most of us Africans. And so I have here 7 healthiest that I personally choose from. And I want to be showing us 4 of them. But the other 3, I'll tell you, they are the ones you already know and you are so familiar with. Now, carbohydrates, we need them for our energy every day. And the source of your carbohydrates is very important. Most of the carbohydrates I share, I want to highlight a few things why you need to choose from them. A good number of us, once you are told that you are pre-diabetic or diabetic, wow, we jump to unripe plantain. We eat unripe plantain, fresh, dried, every day until we are told never to eat it again, or we are told that it's not longer okay for us. Another group of people also, immediately they are told that they have health problem, they jump on wheat. And honestly, shockingly, also, wheat is not even in the list of these 7 foods that I want to share with us. It's not in the list, though it's a source of fiber. It's not in the list, but it appears to be the one that is more frequently or most frequently embraced by seniors, ignorantly and then innocently too. And so as you get older, you need to be making dietary changes. I've said that before. I need to say it again. These are the top carbohydrates and why. Number 1 is sweet potatoes. Look at it. This is sweet potatoes. I want to show us. Now, sweet potatoes is not yam. When you go to search your Google, a lot of the times it is confused with yam. I've searched it myself. It's not yam. Yam is high in glycemic index. You're welcome, Ricardo. Now, sweet potatoes is high in vitamin A. Yam is not like that. Sweet potatoes is high in antioxidant that helps support your blood pressure. Sweet potatoes is more densely loaded. It's more dense in nutrition than yam. So most time when you go to search the benefits of sweet potatoes, you see the images and that of yam are always, confusing. So the sweet potatoes is far sweeter in taste, but don't mind the taste. It's a good, the sweetness is a good one. It's good for your high blood pressure, for blood pressure. It is also good for your eyes. It's good for your skin. It tastes good. It's good for your gut health if you're having constipation. And so it's one of the healthy carbs that those who are in their 50s or 60s should be taking, because we can't actually live our lives without carbohydrates. Fats are good, but you need to know the type of carbs you are choosing from. This is one of them, sweet potatoes, because of your eyes. Sweet potatoes, because of your skin. Sweet potatoes, because of your blood pressure. Sweet potatoes, because of your colon health, and for several other reasons. Why? It's an anti-aging food, sweet potatoes. Now I want to show you another healthy carbohydrate that older adults should be taking for seniors. That is this cassava. Look at it. It's a root vegetable. There is something that is also peculiar to these 2 foods. They are root vegetables, I call them. They are taken from the soil. They are not plucked. I know some people have never been to the village before or to the farm. And so they are wondering, how do they get this cassava? You can boil it and eat. As a matter of fact, I had it this morning, part of sweet potatoes. it is a source of calcium, and it releases sugar slowly. It's great for prostate health. I've talked about it before. Those of you who are managing prostate, this is one of the best carbohydrates for you. It has a very strong resistance starch, and I have personally witnessed those with prostate issues use it, and they also testify of its benefits and how it made them to feel, especially when you are not able to hold your urine. Those that can't hold their urine, because there are different types of the prostate issue. Some that can not allow, I mean, when they want to urinate, before it gets to the point, it's already out. It's a good one for you, whichever one. It has anti-inflammatory effect, but you must take it cautiously. Remember, it's a source of cyanic acid. Number 2 carb. Now, there's another carbohydrate which also the older adults should be choosing from. That is oats. It contains more amount of protein. It's a source of the B group of vitamins. Just to show us, this is not instant oat. It's not instant oat. There is a difference between instant oat, those ones that are ready to eat oat. This one is not instant oat. This is rolled oats. It's higher in fiber, and it has a better effect for your blood sugar, for your blood pressure, for your heart health, and several others. And so there is another, this is number 3. Now, another carbohydrate that the older adults should be choosing from is the fermented tapioca. Look at it. When we are talking about fermented food, look at it. It's the fermented tapioca. Look at it. I stored it here. This is not it. I put it here. It's very gentle on your tummy, and besides that, it doesn't spike your sugar if you take it in moderation. It doesn't contain those fats, oil and fat that we're running away from. It doesn't have it, except you add fat like peanuts, cashew nuts, or any other fat. It doesn't really have fat. It's a good source of fiber and big group of vitamins and energy. Besides this, it's a fermented food. Fermented foods are good for you. So you can use it, you can put it inside the water as a snack. If you are just very hungry and you just need something to, take first while waiting for, you can have it instead of biscuits. Yes, you can have it in your cold water. You can add a tablespoon. Look at it. You can have a tablespoon or 2 tablespoons. It won't do any harm. You can add a few nuts, either cashew or peanuts into it, and then you can just enjoy yourself. So you don't have to continue consuming one of them continuously. That's actually the essence of this video. You don't have to focus on one. Then the 5th one, remember we have talked about the potatoes, the cassava root, the oats, and then the 5th one is unripe plantain. Yes, unripe plantain is one very good carbohydrates also, but I made a video also to caution us, because some people are, once they are told that this food is good, they focus on it. You don't have to focus on one particular carbohydrate. The 5th one is the unripe plantain. I don't have it here. It has its own benefits. It's a source of the B6. It's a source of resistant starch, but it's still not a source of protein. A lot of people are cooking it like porridge, eating, and then convincing themselves that they are taking protein. It's not protein. This cassava is not protein. Potato is not protein. This is not. These are all starches, and that's what we are talking about. Carbohydrates. 7 best carbohydrates that older adults should be taking. That is the essence of this video. And so we talk about 5 already. Sweet potato, the cassava root, the oats, the tapioca powder, the unripe plantain, then unpolished rice. Unpolished rice is the number 6. It's a good carbohydrate with a big group of vitamins. Not the the polished rice. The polished rice contains more amount of proteins and especially the energy vitamin, the B group. And so it's a good one. It's a brain food also. You don't have to run away from the whether it's brown rice or polished. But I prefer to use the local rice. Some people go for the brown rice. I've actually tested the brown rice and I didn't so much love it. It seems to be rough. Sometimes they don't process the chaff very well, and that is very, very harsh on the intestine of older adults and seniors. And so I've always advised people not to go for things that comes with very harsh fiber. That is the sixth. Seventh one is the finger millet. You can see that there is no wheat in all of this, but it is wheat that a lot of people are actually eating. Not to say that wheat is bad, not at all, but because of the high content of gluten, I do not suggest or recommend it for regular consumption for older adults. Finger millet is very close to wheat. You can take it as pap if you have the powder form of it. You can even mix it with your tapioca powder. Those of you who are looking for what to swallow, it makes a very good swallow when you combine it with the tapioca powder. It turns out to look brown because a good number of us, we don't like all the white stuff anymore. So you take the finger millet because it contains magnesium, it contains the B group of vitamins, it contains amount of proteins, and above all, it's high in fiber. Fiber is very good for us, for older adults, and because you full for longer. They give you that feeling of satisfied, talking of the fibers. And so it is a good one, the finger millet. You can start including these 7 foods. Carbohydrates, you don't have to focus on one particular one. That is the essence of this message. A good number of us, we are told that ripe plantain is good for diabetes. Oh my God, we start eating it every day. We never will stop. We take it as a porridge. We also take it as, apart from taking it as porridge, we take it for swallow. We eat it until our body begins to detest it. And so we need to make some adjustments if you have been focusing on one particular one, or if you have been wondering which carbs should I be eating. Don't eat this. You don't need to abstain. You cannot get trans fat in any of this. You cannot get all those preservatives in any of these foods I mentioned. They don't have it. And the earlier you take out those preservatives from your body, the better for you. You don't have to continue to wonder which carbohydrates you be eating, or you don't have to start going hungry because you want to follow some strict diets. I'm not a strict diet person. I just eat what I feel like eating. And whenever I feel like my body is already overwhelmed with it, I take a break on any of them. I can take a break for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month, sometimes 2 months, 3 months, until I feel like eating it. And the beautiful thing about our body is that when your body is ready for it, you will see it and you feel like taking it again. You won't detest it. You will just know that your body has already done away with the excess. It has already dealt with it, it's done with it, and it's ready for it. And a good number of the time again, those that are seasonal, for instance, once it is in season, naturally, you will love to eat them. For a long time, I wasn't taking sweet potatoes. For more than 4 or 5 months, I wasn't even interested in it. But whenever that food is in season, and there, go for it. seasonal foods are good for you. You don't have to overdo it. Moderation always is our rule when it comes to any food, whether it's a healthy food or whichever. Take them moderately. And when you need to take a break, my dear, give that your body a break on that particular food before you come back. It is one of the secrets of wellness. You don't have to continue every morning oats, every morning oats, every morning oats. I've done that before until you notice or discover that oats have some traces of gluten. Or you start taking every morning gari, every morning tapioca powder, until you suddenly realize it does not even have vitamin A at all and it's going to damage your eyes. Or you start taking cassava root, everyday cassava root, everyday cassava root, until suddenly you realize it contains cyanic acid and begins to affect you. Maybe your skin start to have some, effect, symptoms. Or you start taking sweet potatoes because it's a nutrient-dense food, everyday food, until suddenly you realize that it's high in potassium, and too much potassium is not good for your liver. And so that is why we must not overdo any of these foods. We must take them in moderation because each one does have its own negative side effect. I ran away from rice, for instance, over a long period, not just 6 months, not 1 year, for a very long time. I was actually missing out on it because I felt it's a high glycemic index, it's going to be spikish. But over the years, I've done away with that because the brain food, it contains kaolin. I began to enjoy it. Some people who are not sleeping, having problems sleeping, but then you return some food like oats, rice, you discover that that problem is over. That problem will be gone because that was actually some of the things I was actually missing when I did away with some food. Some people also, when they hear that unripe plantain, is good, they go and buy a bunch of it and eat it for pre-diabetic purpose or for diabetic or whatever. They continue taking the unripe plantain until suddenly they realize that it can slow down the circulation of blood because of its resistant starch nature. It may hinder the blood flow to the legs. And again, apart from that, it starts to sponsor insulin resistance. I did a video already on that unripe plantain, that we should be very careful with it. When you take one particular one, after some time, you give your body some time. You just like, you take a break on it and take the other one because each one is unique. Don't focus on a particular carbohydrates. And every day you take it, every day you take it. Are you aware, like foods, most of the grains are not good sources of vitamin A. Foods like oats, they're not good sources. All the grains are like that. But the sweet potatoes is one of the richest source of vitamin A. You are not aware. Very, very rich. So to support your eyes, you know the importance of vitamin A for your skin as an anti-aging food. So you need to have a balance of all of these things. You don't have to, focus on one, because what this one is having, the nutrient in sweet potato is not in this cassava. The one in cassava is not in oats. Oats contains soluble and insoluble fiber, which can help also deal with high bad cholesterol. So if you are having cholesterol, you must include oats occasionally, not every day. Just a little to the right, a little to the left. You do it like that. That is one of the secrets, so that you'll be able to get the benefit of all of these foods without having to test the ugly and negative side. Moderation is our rule. Thank you for watching. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel. If you like messages, such as this.